But that's not even what you wanted to do. You actually had something way more nefarious in mind to clown on him during your victory speech.
Okay, how do I wrap this up on a wrestling podcast in a short time?
Long story short, he had a player on his team that went off that day.
His name was Michael Harris.
Yeah, Michael Harris. He threw his name into a text and it was like LFG. So Jeff wanted this player to do a cameo and mention it in the cameo. Jeff was going to pay a Major League Baseball player real money to talk shit to his opponent from last year's fantasy first round playoff.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is
Scott.
Hey, yo. Is that his younger brother? It's gonna be
Jeff.
The cream will rise to the top. Oh, yeah.
And you're listening to
all of the great action figures from our good friends at Hasbro.
The Fullyposeable.
Have your own WrestleMania with all your favorite figures.
Wrestling figure.
Each sold separately from LJN.
Podcast.
And we are the Mount Rushmore of professional wrestling.
Hey, welcome to episode 479 of the Fullyposeable Wrestling Figure Podcast, longest running episodic wrestling figure podcast going today. My name is Jeff, the man of 1,004 ailments, back down to 4. And sitting alongside next to me is my real life brother, not storyline brother, Scott. Scott, say hello.
Hello.
Scott, this episode, you better not piss me off or I'll do a PowerPoint presentation about you.
Yes, quite clearly. This is just between you and I because nobody else knows exactly what you're talking about right there. You took a huge shit on the guy that you beat in the first round of the fantasy baseball playoffs last season. You had a victory speech, and not only did you do a speech, but you accompanied it with a PowerPoint presentation in which you did almost like a teabag on your opponent from last year because he had to come out firing on like day one of the playoffs. And then he ended up losing, which is another example of why you don't talk trash to your opponent until the game is done.
Exactly.
Then you can talk all the trash you want. But he jumped the gun and it cost him. And then you won the championship, which entitled you to a speech / PowerPoint presentation in which you proceeded to just take a huge shit all over his head like you were Vince McMahon and he was a lonely intern or the dinosaur on the wall, and yes, he was your victim on that day. It was amazing.
I don't want anybody sending me angry DMs in Instagram or on Twitter because you will get a PowerPoint presentation.
You will, and he'll take screenshots of said altercation online.
Yep. And
throw it into his PowerPoint presentation.
Yes, that's exactly what happened to the first round opponent in the fantasy baseball championships last year. Then I had to give my victory speech, which, as Scott just mentioned, was accompanied by a PowerPoint presentation.
But that's not even what you wanted to do. You actually had something way more nefarious in mind to clown on him during your victory speech.
Okay, how do I wrap this up on a wrestling podcast in a short time?
Long story short, he had a player on his team that went off that day.
His name was Michael Harris.
Yeah, Michael Harris. He threw his name into a text and it was like LFG. So Jeff wanted this player to do a cameo and mention it in the cameo. Jeff was going to pay a Major League Baseball player real money to talk shit to his opponent from last year's fantasy first round playoff.
So Michael Harris, Atlanta Braves outfielder, went off that day. He went 4 for 5 or 5 for 6 that day, had 2 homers. The text message that was accompanied by my first round opponent, it said Michael Harris LFG. Well, as I said in my victory speech, is that you don't anger the fantasy gods until it is officially over.
Bingo.
2 hours later, Shohei Ohtani had an immaculate day.
Yes.
6 for 6 with 3 home runs and just a ridiculous amount of points. And
it was like 35 points, which is unheard of in fantasy baseball for a position player.
Exactly. You see that shit in wide receivers in fantasy football. You don't see that from baseball players in a day.
Exactly.
So maybe in a week, but not in a day. Anyways, I had reached out to Michael Harris from the Atlanta Braves. I reached out to him to see if he would be able to do a cameo, or I reached out to him on Instagram to see if he would be willing to record something, and I would pay a Major League Baseball player who is making millions of dollars every year.
Hey, dude, can I give you $30 to record this thing?
I got 20 in a bubble gum. How about that?
Yeah. If you got 3 minutes, I'll give you $50. How about that? And a stick of gum.
Yeah. So anyways, I had to put together a PowerPoint presentation. However, my joke is if anybody pisses me off, you will get a PowerPoint presentation.
Jeff, I applaud your level of petty.
Thank you.
And we'll sum this up with you aren't the one.
So as far as the people that are petty, it goes Kendrick Lamar, then Jeff Toon. And that's it.
Yeah.
That's the ranking order. That's the pecking order of pettiness.
Right. It's Kendrick Lamar and then it's Jeff.
Yes, Jeffrey.
That list is out there. Just don't look for it.
But you know what you can look for is our shirts over at Pro Wrestling Tees or whatamaneuver.net. That was a professional transition right there. You like how I did that?
That's why you are podcast host extraordinaire.
You could have just left it at podcast host.
Yeah, even that's kind of, a little bit too much shine, I think.
You can follow us on the Twitter, X, YouTube, Snapchat, and the Book of Faces at Fullyposeable, Instagram, Fullyposeable, WFP. You can go back and listen to any of our past podcasts on Podbean, Stitcher, iTunes, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. Please rate, review, and subscribe on iTunes. And you can send us any audio questions, or anything else at all. Send it on over to fullyposeablewfp at gmail.com. Also, April 18th, 3:30 p.m., Red Dwarf Pizza, Beer, Fullyposeable Meetup 4. That's number 4. Wait.
It is number 4. Yes, because I missed number 3.
That's right. Wait, New Orleans?
Yep.
New York,
Philly.
Oh yeah, this is number 4. Okay. So
yep.
You missed 2, not 3.
I missed 2. Yes, I'm sorry. I missed number 2. Yeah,
yes.
Which isn't like me. I normally am not one to miss a number 2.
Exactly.
At my advanced age, I'm still regular. By the grace of God, every morning, 8:30.
Metamucil. All right.
No, it's more like 1 cup of coffee.
That's what it does. That's what it does.
Yeah, I don't even need Colin Blow cereal yet, dude. It's all about that cup of coffee.
Again, April 18th, 3:30 p.m. Red Dwarf. That is 1305 Vegas Valley, Las Vegas, Nevada. Obviously, 89169. 1305 Vegas Valley. Red Dwarf. There'll be pizza. There are going to be giveaways. It's going to just be good times had by all. Come before SmackDown. Right after Wrestlecon, just come and hang out with us. Have a couple slices of pizza. See if you can win some prizes. If you don't, it's cool. It's just happy to see you guys. And so that's Red Dwarf in Las Vegas.
Yeah, Detroit pizza, tiki drinks, and really, really nice giveaway prizes. It's going to be incredible, dude. The stuff that we're getting, Steve Hoker's donated stuff. Dobro has donated stuff. Brian from the LJN, the legendary podcast, has donated some stuff. Just everybody reaching out, giving us stuff. It's just been amazing. Sean Ng from KWK. I don't want to say what he's given, but you guys want to attend. Sean really upped the ante last year with that test shot of Mantar that a lucky winner got. This year, he's stepping it up. So I don't want to say what it is. You got to show up and just see, because it's awesome. So big thanks to Sean, Dobro, Steve Hoker, Brian from the legendary podcast. We've got something from Travis Fowler that is going to be amazing as well. So yeah, you guys don't want to miss it. Plus, Jeff and I will be there. So you get to hang out with us. You get to hang out with the Figlifers, and it's just going to be a good time. So we hope to see you guys there, April 18th, 3:30 at Red Dwarf.
Speaking of Sean from KWK, he has allowed us to announce the next...
The privilege, Jeff.
The privilege. That's the word I was looking for. It's Friday, dude. My brain's fried.
Same.
He has given us the privilege to announce his next signing. Should we tell him now at the beginning of the show? Should we wait a little bit?
You know what? Let's do it in the news.
In the news? Okay. All right.
That's where it belongs. But yeah, there is a exclusive coming your way for Sean Ng's KWK next signee.
Hella people are now fast forwarding on their iPods.
Yeah, exactly.
Not many people have iPods anymore, but they're still fast forwarding on them. They're like, fast forward, 10 seconds, 10 seconds, 10 seconds.
Yeah, fast forward to the 1 hour and 15 minute mark. I think it's like 1 hour, 15 minutes, and 35 seconds. I think that's where it is. The show's going to be like an hour long.
Or the show's 1 hour, 15 minutes, and 26 seconds.
Yeah. Thanks for the download, sucker.
Okay. And let's go. Yeah, I actually am excited about this. Let's go over the recent Legends deals that have been signed from Mattel. Actually,
Yes.
I apologize.
Yeah.
WWE Legends deals that will lead to Mattel figures. We got Crush, Demolition Crush.
So many looks. I cannot wait to see what they do with him. And the way that they like to do it now is pump all those names out that they were during. He was always pretty much Crush, but we're going to get all of those looks, I think, in rapid fire succession to make sure they push out everything they can in the allotted time that deal runs.
Yeah, they're going to be getting Kona Crush, Demolition Crush.
Yes.
You know, Brian Clark from, God, what was the tag team in WCW?
Chronic.
Chronic, yes. So I can't wait to see all the variations of Crush we're going to be getting.
Which leads to my theory that we're going to get Axe and Mr. Fuji in a Coliseum collection because they can do Smash and Crush separate.
Okay, all right.
Wouldn't that be awful?
Oh, God, it'd be terrible, dude.
I mean, I do want all of those figures, but that's not the Coliseum collection I want.
And also a rumor. Now, again, this is a rumor. The rumor is that King Kong Bundy has also signed a Legends deal as well.
Yeah, word on the street. So that also is a name that fits into the Coliseum collection, if true. And they haven't had Bundy since, what, the early 2010s?
Yeah.
They did a Matty Collector, and that was that.
Yep, you just said what I was going to say, Matty Collector. Different variations of Bundy. I mean, he had one look, and then if you guys saw Zombie Sailor from earlier this week, he put out his premium figure, as we'll get to in the news, of King Kong Bundy. But what else can you do outside of, I think there was that one time he came out with a cape. He had a cape.
Yeah, these are kind of the conversations we've had with Sean with his line too, with the KWK brand. You know, you get a name and you want to do a lot of variants of that name, and a lot of them you can. And Sean's done a good job of grabbing names out there that he can do multiple figures of in different looks. But yeah, you're right, Jeff. Bundy's one of those guys. It's black singlet and go. That's all you get. There's not many different looks of Bundy you could do. So again, I don't think a lot of collectors out there are dying to have multiple looks of certain names anyway, right? Everybody wants just to get that Bundy, probably in a Coliseum collection, you know, pair him up with Big John Studd and boom, you got, or even with Heenan. That would be a great get too. Mr. Wonderful, you know, you pretty much, you know, Andre, pick a name. You can throw Bundy in there with them, but hopefully if true, and they do have Bundy, he ends up in a Coliseum collection.
Yep. And that's exactly where he's going.
Yep. I think so too.
Maybe, you know what? I'm going to say retro figure. He's going to get a retro.
No doubt. No doubt. He'll get a Superstars. They'll cover the entire gamut of their assortments.
Exactly.
I don't see well, obviously if Coliseum collection, that would be an ultimate. But if we get that, I don't think we get an elite. I would be really surprised.
You may get like a showdown, like of him and Hogan or something.
Oh, or maybe like the battle packs that they do. You could do a battle pack of him and Hogan.
Yeah. Are those the showdowns or the?
Is that what they call them now? Is the showdown?
Showdowns? I don't know.
Okay, but yeah, you're right. Retro, Superstars, Ultimate, and Coliseum collection.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe an elite. He would fit into a line anywhere, really. I guess you could do an elite.
Also, one other Legends deal that has been signed is Kamala. Kamala has been signed and brought back into the family as well.
And you know what? I've actually got the original Kamala Legends figure. Mm-hmm. I think I've told this on the show. We bought him for $10 at a show in Lodi. Gosh, 2016, 2017. Right. We met the Young Bucks. You and I have a picture with the Young Bucks doing their signature pose. And I believe Marty Scurll was there, Jeff.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. And somebody had given him a squirt head.
Somebody gave Marty Scurll a squirt. Wait, did they customize it of him?
No. It wasn't of him. It was one of the squirt heads that came out way back in the early 90s. I just don't remember who the squirt head was. It was like Boss Man or Jake or something.
Oh,
but it was like, yeah, somebody just came up and gave it to him, and he was talking to us about it because I think we mentioned, oh yeah, we got a wrestling figure podcast. You know, kind of still new to the scene.
Yeah, new to the scene. Hey, do you want to come on our show?
do you like podcasts?
Do you listen to podcasts? You want to come on our show?
But yeah, some dude there had like this box or this bucket of legends, and there was a Kamala in there, and it was kind of coming off the bubble, and I was like, I wonder how much this is. You're like, oh, let me ask. And you snatched it, and you're like, how much is this? And you got like, $10. And I go, dude, done, sold. I'll take it. And I opened it, like way back when I opened it, and it just kind of sat in a tote. And then when I did the detolfs, because it was already coming off the package anyway, it was pretty much destroyed.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, I'm just going to open it because it's an awesome figure. But you know what? Even though I have the original, I'm excited for more Kamala figures to come out from Mattel so that future collectors can have their Kamalas as well.
He'll have a few showdowns too. Like they'll package him with Undertaker as far as the 2-packs, like the basic 2-packs.
Ooh,
Or
what about a
main event.
coffin?
Main event.
Main event. Yeah, that's
what it's showdown. I kept saying showdown. I don't know why I did that.
The 2-pack, yeah. But they could do the coffin from that Survivor Series where he faced Undertaker?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about.
Yeah. You know what? Actually, all these guys fit into the Legends series too, so I'm sure they're all going to get Legends Elite, so there's your Bundy Elite right there.
Coliseum collection too.
Yeah. You think Jailbird Crush is the least desired look, or do you think it's from his Chronic run?
That's a good question. I'm going to say Jailbird Crush was the least desired.
Least desired over his run with Wrath as Chronic?
No, because I think Chronic in WCW was huge. Chronic and WWF shat the bed.
No, agree, but we don't have Adam Bomb under a deal.
Adam Bomb, that's very true. But, you know, Steve, he's all about making one half and not the other.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
A lot of people might want Jailbird Crush because you can put him with the Nation of Domination.
That's right. Yes, you're filling up that Nation shelf.
Exactly. So run the gambit with them, put them all out, do what you got to do.
But safe to say, Demolition Crush, #1, Kona Crush, #2.
Numero uno.
Yeah,
Oh,
agree.
You know what this means? This is devaluing my Crush from the early Elite series.
Yeah, what are you going to do, man?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I should just leave it in the tote where it's been for the past 8, 9, 10, 11 years.
Yeah.
I think I'll be all right. I'm happy everybody else is getting theirs.
I wonder if people are flooding eBay with their old figures now, just to try to like squeeze every last dollar out of it if they're flippers, you know?
Okay, so that's actually a good call. Crush Elite, doing this live on the air. Crush Elite, WWE Elite 28 Crush. Here we go.
I was going to say, what is it, like the early 30s, late 30s that one came out? But yeah, 20s. Wow.
Okay, last one, loose, sold March 25th for $99.98.
Okay.
All 3 Demolition figures, so the Axe and Smash of the earlier Elite Legends, along with Crush, loose, sold March 22nd for $225.
Oof.
Okay, here's a carded one. Now, how does this? Come on now, people. Carded, last one sold February 25th, day before your birthday, Scott, for $79.99. So
wait a second.
Please explain to me how a loose one sells for more. Now, I know it's a month later. Come on now. $20 more for a loose, or you could just have the carded one? Come on now.
Yeah, well, whatever. Maybe somebody just didn't want the carded version. They wanted a loose to display on the shelf.
Unless shipping was more for the carded. I don't know, dude.
Oh, yeah, maybe. That might be true.
But so the Crush that sold loose was free delivery, so free shipping. The one that sold on card also had free delivery. It looks like the set, the 3 of them, Axe, Smash, and Crush, are all selling for about $225 to $230.
Okay, well, or you can just wait a year and you'll have all 3 of them for much cheaper than that.
Yep, that's very, very true.
Could you imagine if they did that Coliseum collection, just to go back to it, Mr. Fuji and Axe?
Yeah, that's eating your ass, isn't it, dude?
It really is. It really is. So I think ultimately I don't want Axe in the Coliseum collection. I think I want him and Smash as a ringside exclusive tag team set.
Okay.
I think that's the move. And then give us Mr. Fuji with somebody else. Give us Morocco again. But don't do Axe and Mr. Fuji. That would just be, I don't know, it would feel like a kick in the dick, man. Like, it'd be like, okay, cool, we're getting it, but damn it.
Also, by the way, Scott, you will not be able to get your picture with the great Kevin Owens. It's going to be auto only.
It's auto only, but you know what? We're going to take up a little bit of his time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. We haven't seen him in 10 years. We gotta talk to him about some stuff.
Yeah, let's make this super weird.
Yeah. Okay, let's not do that again.
Oh, no, I'm going to whip up tears the whole bit, man.
Oh, you're whipping up tears?
Nah, I'm not going to whip up tears.
Dude, you should do a shot before you go up and meet him.
Yeah. Don't tempt me with a good time, dude.
I know you brought out the tickets last week.
Yes.
But it didn't say anything about photo auto or anything like that.
No, it wasn't made clear on there, but you saw the rules.
Yeah. The rules were laid out for us that no pictures are going to happen. So,
and they don't play around either. When you get up there, they're very strict with it's an autograph and keep it moving. Don't try to take a picture, because I was in line for Miz, and when I got up to meet the Miz, they were very clear. Keep your camera in your pocket. You're not getting a photo.
Right.
Somebody, so, yeah, they definitely stick to it.
Yeah, somebody tried that with it was either Nakamura or Damian Priest. Somebody tried that same thing. So yeah,
and they'll tell you, nope, put it away, because they've got people. I mean, security's all over. They're not playing around.
Yep. All right, Scott, have you picked up anything recently?
No, I did not buy anything. As a matter of fact, Jeff, I canceled 3 items at BBTS.
Why did you cancel these items?
Because you got a shipping notification.
Yes, I got a shipping notification from Wrestling Collector Shop. I was getting a little bit nervous, dude.
Yeah, both of us were getting a little bit nervous. And a little bit, we're lying, a lot of bit nervous.
Sphincters were tightening over here, but Wrestling Collector...
we were making diamonds.
Oh, we're making diamonds. Wrestling Collector Shop came through, dude. We got the shipping notification for our Mudas. I ordered the Mudas when we were headed out to the San Jose Toy Show. I picked up one for your birthday, so... those are on the way. They will be here in time for us to go to Vegas and have the great Muda sign it. I will be purchasing the Muda photo and auto, so I am going to be getting those all done.
I already know what paint pen I'm picking.
Going green?
Dude.
Yellow.
Absolutely green.
Oh, you are going green.
What color was his mist?
His middies? Oh, mist. Oh, that's what you said.
Yes,
it was
bright
green
yes. For the mist, dude. Yes, cannot wait to meet the great Muda. I'm not going to make it weird.
Okay, good.
You know, I'll play it cool, but it's just going to be the auto, because I am going to get Luger signed, because I guess I did pick up something. Big Dave went to a toy show over the weekend in Concord, and there was a vendor there that had his classic superstars and had his deluxe classic. I asked Dave, hey, dude, how much does he want for those? Dave asked him. He was doing $35 for the pair. And I go, I don't need both of them. I go, how much would each be separate? Like, what's he looking for each one? Because my immediate was I wanted the deluxe classic.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the guy wanted 15 for the regular classic and 28 for the deluxe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, damn it. I don't want to pay 28 for a Luger figure, because Tim got me the Ultimate Edition Luger.
Mm-hmm.
So huge thanks to Tim for that. But I don't want to get an Ultimate signed, I don't think. So I asked Dave, hey, can you pick up the Classic Superstars for me? So $15. I'm getting the Classic Superstars figure signed after much debating. And Jeff, I did a lot of master debating over this.
Yeah.
And here's why.
Despite us telling you, hey, put it away, dude, this is gross.
I didn't care. I continued to master debate with my phone out,
gross.
Looking at the pictures. Do I want this one or that one? Settle on the Classic Superstars, and here's why. Back in 2007, there was the great shit show known as the Cow Palace WrestleFest, where a bunch of dudes showed up, didn't get paid, and basically it was anarchy for 3 days at the Cow Palace. So I stopped at Toys R Us on my way first night, grabbed that Classic Superstars Lex, bought it at Toys R Us, headed to San Francisco, was going to have Luger sign it. Then the news broke that Luger had a stroke. So did not get to meet Lex Luger. So he was announced for Wrestlecon. That was kind of my first thought, like, dude, it'd be kind of cool to get a Classic Superstars, like full circle from 2007, you know, tell him I'm super happy for him. You know, you're an inspiration. So this kind of came up. It's one of those things that kind of falls in your lap and you're like, yeah, I have to do it. For $15, even though I have the Ultimate in hand, Big Dave's got the Classic for me. So I'm going to get that Classic Superstars figure signed. In addition to that, I've already got a whole bunch of signed Classic Superstars up on the wall anyway. So it will nicely slot in on one of my unsigned figures that I could just take off the wall. I'm looking at you, Hillbilly Jim, with the red shoulder or with the red elbow pads.
Good figure.
So yeah, it is great figure. But Luger's going to go into that spot signed. I don't know what color paint pen yet. I'm thinking white, but I'm undecided on what color for maybe yellow.
You could go yellow. The fact that he's wearing dark gear, you could go anything. I wouldn't go white. I would probably go like a blue or a green, or you could go even pink. That would stand out too. So
pink would look good. Yeah, that'd pop off of there. Just something bright, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I won't go white. Maybe you're right. Maybe I won't go white. And let's see. I think that's it. Yeah. Return the 3 Mutas. Got the Luger Classic from Big Dave. Tim, thank you so much for that Lex Ultimate. And that is pretty much everything I grabbed.
Okay. I am building up my cart over at BBTS right now.
Oh, really?
Yes. The Tony the Tiger figure is in there from Jada Toys. Dude, he comes with a box of Frosted Flakes, a basketball, and a bowl of cereal, dude. This is awesome.
I can't wait until somebody decides to do some figure photography and has Jordan versus Tony the Tiger on the court.
Yeah.
Like Jordan dunking over Tony or vice versa.
Yeah. Yeah, this is awesome.
That would be hilarious.
Love it. Love it.
So is this a slippery slope for you now? Because if this Tony does well, they're going to make other cereal characters.
No. I mean, there might be a couple that pop up that I may have to get, but it's not like a slippery slope of like, oh, I have to have every single breakfast cereal character from the 80s,
Just the ones that you had kind of a tie to.
Yeah. Tony the Tiger, Toucan Sam.
What if they do the Rice Krispie guys?
They would have to sell me on that one.
It would probably be they're just going to be amazing looking. That would be the selling point.
I'm sure they'll be amazing looking, but they would have to really sell me on.
Could you imagine that at that price point? 3 of them would be like $90,
$90,
right?
Dude. Yeah,
a
that's
$90
stupid.
3-pack of Rice Krispie characters.
Technically, they're smaller, so they could just shove them all into one pack and make it $45 or something.
Well, yeah, that's true. They're miniature size. So yeah, maybe you shave down the price a little bit.
So there's one other thing that we'll be getting to in the news that is also in my cart as well over at BBTS.
I see. While we're talking about kind of like off the wall figures, there are reaction style. They're not from Super 7, but they're reaction style Three's Company.
Yeah. Who makes those?
Okay. You ask the hard questions and you make me get out my little computer. These are also available to pre-order, Jeff, over at bbts.com.
Yes, they are. It's Janet, it's Suzanne Summers, and Jack. I forget Suzanne Summers' character. Chrissy. Yeah. And then I forget. Oh, yeah, it was Janet.
Janet and Jack.
Yeah, Janet and Jack. It's them in 70s clothes. It's reaction
Syndicate Collectibles.
Okay, Syndicate Collectibles.
But they're the 3 3/4 inch reaction style. But these things are great, dude. Janet's in her nightshirt with the 0 on the front. That If you ever watched Three's Company, she always had that on. And then you got Jack in his red sweater with the yellow stripes on it. Like, just watch one episode and they're probably going to be wearing these clothes. Chrissy's got the short shorts on. It's fantastic. It's one of those off the wall things. You're like, really? Three's Company? But it's going to work. They're going to sell. And then you'll see more of these sitcom type characters pop up for sale.
I cannot wait not to get MASH.
What about Golden Girls?
Possibly.
They've done Golden Girls figures, but I don't think they've done reaction style.
No, they haven't done reaction.
Yeah, but you know what? My money's getting saved for Super 7 glam figures, dude. Motley Crue Ultimates, Poison reaction figures. Dime Bags Ultimate. Oh, man.
As the guy told us over at San Jose Toy Show, they're starting off with reaction style Dime Bag, and then depending on sales, which we all know it's going to be fine.
No brainer, dude. No brainer.
All right. We got Wrestlecon coming up, and there were more names that also popped up. Jerry Lawler was there. or is, I should say was there. This hasn't happened yet. Jerry Lawler was announced is what I meant to say. Powerhouse.
Yeah, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Here's future Jeff. Yeah, Jerry Lawler made it, you guys.
Powerhouse Hobbs, Teddy Long, Willow Nightingale from AEW. Powerhouse Hobbs also from AEW. Jim Ross, Mina Shirakawa, Indy Hartwell, Missy Hyatt, where Scott will be, and buying Missy Hyatt condoms.
Yeah, she's going to be selling condoms.
You guys think I'm joking? There will actually be Missy Hyatt condoms there.
And I think she's only charging like $20.
Yeah.
Can you sign this condom for me, please? Or if I buy the condom, will you sign it for free?
I'm just curious. I'm actually now curious what the condoms look like. Like, does it have Missy Hyatt like autographed all over it, or like?
Usually they're circle.
No, I'm not.
And they're pre-rolled.
Yes.
And one end goes on.
Yes.
And the base rolls down.
So
right.
they are not like Naked Gun when it was the full body condom.
I don't think it's a full body one. Yeah, I don't think it's something you put on over your head and then just yeah.
But I'm curious, what makes this Missy Hyatt's? Is it Missy Hyatt condoms, or is it just condoms that she's just selling at the?
They have number 12 stamped on them.
Jim Kelly didn't even get there, dude. According to allegedly to her book, dude.
Well, he might have wrapped it up, but he didn't go all the way down the field.
Nope. Just like that Super Bowl. Holy shit. Not to go into that also.
Yeah, too soon.
Yes. Moose will be there. For people that are New Japan fans, Gabe Kidd, who had that amazing match against Kenny Omega, Bret Hart, Santino Marella, and Honky Tonk Man will be there.
The Honky Tonky Man.
And that is the WrestleCon list for this week. All right, for our pre-orders, Road Warriors, speaking of Big Bad Toy Store, Road Warriors from the Big Rubber guys are still up on Big Bad Toy Store, of course. That's the one with the red and black shoulder pads. Cardona and Myers limited to 1,000 on Collectmajor.com. And by the time this show wraps up, you have 1 day left to order Demolition, the set of 3, Axe, Smash, and Crush. All 3 do come with helmets. So I highly recommend that if you were waiting on this, jump in and pick up this set with Axe, Smash, and Crush. This is all over at collectmajor.com.
Flair with the big gold is still available, $49.99.
Okay, thank you very much for checking. Now I'm going to be sticking with pre-orders with BBTS. And this is also some big news from Boss Fight Studios. They are making their 6-inch scale figures as well. Their first 3 that is available on Big Bad Toy Store right now to pre-order: Dragon Lee, WWE's Dragon Lee, Roosh,
yeah, we were corrected on that a few times,
and Dralistico. Dragon Lee was the other one that is in my cart right now. Great job by Boss Fight Studio. That comes with the cape. Excellent looking figure. Head on over to BBTS. You can see these figures from Boss Fight Studio for pre-order.
Yeah, these are their premium figures, Jeff. So they come with accessories. The sculpts are absolutely incredible. The job that they do on these, I can't even say enough good things about them. So the price point is $45 per figure, but it's every penny of what you're paying. It's worth it. These figures are awesome. The Roosh, when you take, because he comes with a mask, you take the mask off, it is dead on. It's crazy the job that they did on these premium figures. Boss Fight, they killed it. So yeah, I mean, at least go give them a look, and you're probably going to be tempted by at least one, if not all of them.
For zombie figures, head over to zombiesailor.com, and over there now available for pre-order. This is also in our news. He has shown off his premium figures, or Pinnacle, which is his 6-inch scale figures. He's got Jeff Jarrett, Abdullah the Butcher, King Kong Bundy, and Brian Pillman.
Who comes with a gun.
Who comes with a gun and crutches.
Yes.
Just like early WWF Brian Pillman. Go check these figures out. They are amazing. They are $50 each. So go check these out at zombiesailor.com. Excellent looking figures. Jeff Jarrett is Jeff Jarrett from the mid-90s, WWF mid-90s.
It'll take the place of that Ultimate we never got from Mattel. So if you really, really had to have that one in your collection, Zombie's got it for you in his Pinnacle line.
Abdullah the Butcher comes with the headdress. He also has a extra head that has the fork in it.
Yes.
Already in it. He has a bloody head. Just excellent looking figures from Zombie Sailor. Shop.figurecollections.com. Go check out their figures over there. They've got a bunch of retros going on, like Buff, Bagwell, and the Patriot. And shopkwk.com as well. You can use code Fullyposeable for 10% off your order. Now, these are for the older figures, not for the $14.99 figures. These are for the older figures that are still available on the site. If you use code Fullyposeable, you get 10% off your order. And now is the time, Scott.
Yes, it is now time.
Okay. Sean has given us the privilege to announce the next signing for his figures. And Scott, you teased us last week. You said you couldn't put a rating on their domination.
Yep. Did anybody guess it? Did anybody hit you up? And
nobody guessed it.
Got it. Sean has given us the privilege to announce that PG-13 is his next signing, joining the KWK brand. So you're going to be getting retro figures of PG-13. The rating, PG-13. The domination, they were in the Nation of Domination. So if you've got Nation retros, you're probably going to get that Nation look out of these guys. You're going to get their tag team look. So looking forward to see what Sean and his team do with PG-13. They've knocked all of them out of the park so far, gone above and beyond what everybody expected. These are going to be no different.
I'm actually curious which style they go with, because they had many different looks throughout their tenure, just wrestling tenure. He did sign JC Ice and Wolfie D from PG-13. They were extremely popular back in the mid 90s.
Yes, they were.
Extremely popular.
Yes, they were.
They were part of ECW, WWF, WCW as well. Sean, thank you for letting us announce PG-13 on this show for your next signing.
Definitely. Thank you, Sean. We appreciate that, man. And congrats on this signing.
Yep. All right, let's head into a little bit more news. Funko, they showed off the Dudley's Hall of Fame 2-pack. They will be coming with some gold plaques. It's the Dudleys in their red camo and Hall of Fame packaging.
Very, very tempting, but I'm not getting into Funkos.
I was going to say, are you really getting them?
I like them a lot. I really do. If I didn't have Mattel figures of them, I might get these Funkos. I mean, I love the Dudleys. You know, one of my favorite tag teams of all time. That is just rad. But I can't, dude. I can't do Funkos.
Rad.
What? You're an 80s kid. Don't you start with me.
I know, I'm messing with you.
I got gray in my beard. I could say rad.
Don't make me do a PowerPoint presentation on you. That'd be hella funny if that was part of the meetup, as you did a PowerPoint presentation about me.
Oh my gosh. We're not doing PowerPoints at a meetup, dude.
Oh, okay. All right.
There will be no PowerPoint presentations at this meetup.
Oh.
Well, now I kind of feel we should have one.
I don't even know what we would do it on, dude. Like, nobody pissed us off.
Slide 1 would be, since the inception of the Fully Poseable Wrestling Figure Podcast, Scott and Jeff have said dude 10,813 times.
Thank you to whoever kept that count.
Yeah. I've got a little tally. It's like one of those clickers they keep behind the plate. It's like every time we say dude, I just click it. That's what it's up to right now.
Big Shot Pillow Buddies. GetBigShot.com. They announced 3 new pillow buddies. It's Chelsea Green, Alexa Bliss, and Rikishi. These are the new pillow buddies from Big Shots. Title Run Toys. They are doing those little miniature retro style figures. They showed off the art for Wrath and Juventud Guerrera this past week. So that is Wrath and Juventud from Title Run Toys. And that rounds out the news because Steve Ozer was not on the message boards this past week.
He gave us a lot the last couple weeks, so
no,
we'll give Steve a rest.
No.
He's got a rest for Mania, dude.
That's true. That's gonna be a long weekend for him.
Him and Bill are going to be so wiped. Wiped. And they literally have everyone coming up to talk to them.
Yeah.
It's almost like there's a line forming like Disneyland for each one of those guys. So they definitely put in their work.
Hey. When are you making a Billy Jack Haynes? We're not making Billy Jack Haynes. He's not under a deal.
But I saw his Dark Side of the Ring.
Okay.
That would be cool.
Okay, well, I'm gonna head back to Wrestlecon and stand in front of Mandy Sachs' table. Bye.
She's wearing open-toed shoes. I'm gonna be there a while.
That's probably true, actually. Oh, shit. To our listeners that have feet fetish, we're not making fun of you.
Not a lot.
Not a
anyway.
lot. I mean,
Maybe a little.
Okay, maybe a little.
A little poke, just kind of a nudge, you know.
Gentle rib. Come on.
Yes.
Man. Yeah.
A gentle rim.
No, not that.
No.
Not that.
No.
Not that. No.
No, you don't want to get the engine started. No.
No, you don't want to do that. All right, that rounds out the news. Let's go into the nostalgia segment. We're going to be talking about From the Vault Series 3 that just came out recently, which doesn't make it nostalgic, but that's okay.
It's okay. I mean, like we've talked about on the show, the opening of the show was nostalgic.
Yeah.
Like, hey, dude, remember we were talking about the Muta figure and the shipping notification? That was awesome. Boom, nostalgia.
Remember we were talking about PowerPoint presentations?
Yeah, there you go. Nostalgia.
Yeah, nostalgia.
So this is close enough.
All right, where did I pull this list from? The Vault Series 3. I pulled it over at WrestlingFigureDatabase.com, of course. I went up into the search engine over on WrestlingFigureDatabase.com and I typed in From the Vault and clicked on the series and clicked on 3 to get this list. We highly recommend you guys do that same thing over at WrestlingFigureDatabase.com. And Scott, what do you got for From the Vault Series 3?
Yes, sir. WWE Mattel From the Vault Series 3. Ringside exclusives. First figure up, Yokozuna. Came in a variant on this one. The regular edition was in black tights. Variant was in white tights. Came with a salt bucket and a red robe. CM Punk from the Straight Edge Society. This would have been Bald Punk, rocking the beard. He came with a mask. Jeff, this is a sling, not a slang. A slang is what we do with our merch.
Oh,
we slang it.
Oh, did I put slang?
It's slang. Yeah, you put.
I did put slang.
You put slang. Yes.
Shit. I didn't mean
But
to
it would
do
be
that.
a sling for his arm when he was faking the arm injury, supposedly, or allegedly. And he comes with a towel. Next up, Hollywood Hogan. WrestleMania 18 look came with a bandana, some feather boas, and a weight belt and a tearaway NWO soft goods shirt. Last but certainly not least, the great HBK, Shawn Michaels. This would have been his WrestleMania 25 Heaven and Hell match look with The Undertaker. Came with a cowboy hat, long entrance jacket, and an entrance vest. And Jeff, that rounds out From the Vault Series 3.
I was so happy that they re-released the Yokozuna, because Yokozuna figures to me are always a home run for Mattel.
No doubt. No doubt. They nail every Yoko they do.
And it's crazy because they've done almost every iteration of Yokozuna. I mean, the only one that they haven't technically done is the one that was kind of towards the end where he had that patchy beard going on. And
Yes. When he kind of turned face.
He kind of turned face and his hair was kind of hanging down low. You know, it wasn't up in
Yeah.
the bun or anything like that. That's kind of the only one that hasn't been done. But the more Yokozuna figures you give us, the better. All in favor of more Yokozuna figures.
Yeah, let's hit him up on the Superstars and the retro line.
Yeah, he was such a bright spot in the new gen era, I should say. God, he was just a monster and he could go and he was awesome. I loved Yokozuna.
I hate that his run was so short. And obviously, if you watched any of the documentaries about him, unfortunately, his weight caught up to him. He couldn't keep it under control. And that's too bad because, I mean, sky was the limit for this guy. I mean, yes, they strapped the rocket to him, you know, and he became the man. But if his weight had been kept under control, his run could have gone way longer. He was dominant. Not only that, he looked dominant. And he was going up against the best of the best. Hogan, Brett, Savage, you name him, he was taking him down, you know, and it's too bad. You know, Yoko's almost like a tragedy story for me because it's like a what could have been. You know, if he had just kept his weight under control, I wish he could have. I mean, he had a dominant run for those few years, but it could have been extended. You know, he could have been one of those Attitude Era legends had he been able to keep his weight under control. I mean, there's no reason to think that he wouldn't have been at the top of the card all the way through the Attitude Era. And probably into the Ruthless Aggression era as well. He was just that dude. He was legitimate badass.
Mm-hmm. And if you think about it, dude, actually his run went for 4 or 5 years.
Well, he started in like 92. He was pretty much done. He won the tag titles with Owen, and that was kind of it for him, right? I wouldn't say too much about his run when he became a face. Mm-hmm. You know, he had that WrestleMania 12 match, and there wasn't much more after that. It sucks. I wish he would have had a longer career. I wish we could talk about all the titles that he won after 96. Mm-hmm. You know, that he was incredible. He was so good in the ring. You know, guys aren't supposed to move like him that are that big. But I think, honestly, like, I've got Bam Bam and Vader at the top of my big man list. If Yoko's a career could have been extended at all, I'd have Yoko in that conversation as well, guaranteed.
Yeah. You know, I actually feel better talking about Yokozuna than we do about Ronnie Garvin or Jim Powers, how we went on about them.
How dare you lump Jim Powers in with Ronnie Garvin? How dare you?
Hey, you're getting their, hey, shut up. You're getting their autograph at whatchamacallit.
I know, that's why I said don't lump him in with Ronnie Garvin.
Okay, if Ronnie Garvin was there, would you get his auto?
Yeah, I probably would.
I knew you would. All right.
I'd probably have his retro figure too, and like, can you sign this, please? It was cool when you beat Ric Flair that one time. Don't tell Ring Skirts, please. He's gonna judge me.
Oh man. All right. I've got some prices. So now I've got RSC because all these figures are still available on Ringside Collectibles, and I've got eBay prices. Yokozuna, he is still available on Ringside. The non-variant is $19.99 on Ringside. The variant is still available for $24.95. For eBay prices, the last sold regular was sold March 25th for $29.99.
You guys.
Hold on. So I was doing that same thing earlier today, and then I started thinking about it. What if people had eBay gift cards?
Okay, that would make sense.
And they were like, okay, I just want to finish off this gift card, or I just got a gift card, and if I use this gift card, I'll still have money left over. I can get the Yokozuna figure. Because I did that same thing earlier today. I was like, you guys, are you serious? Just go to Ringside. Or why don't they know about Ringside? Or, you know, I was kind of doing that same thing you were.
How does anybody in the game not know about Ringside at this point?
Right.
They're kind of like the standard for ordering wrestling figures, right? Unless people have moved to Amazon, but I don't see how you could not know about Ringside at this point.
Well, that's what I was exactly. And so I was thinking a lot of people have maybe eBay gift cards or some promo codes on eBay, or I don't know.
You're making excuses.
It's not excuses. I'm trying to think outside the
box.
Or
reasons as to why. Okay, yeah. Not excuses. Okay, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So
we'll give them the benefit of the doubt, but you guys stop going to eBay for stuff. Look elsewhere. You might find it cheaper.
Check elsewhere before hitting up the bays.
Yeah, no problem with eBay at all. But I mean, for these items that are readily available on a wrestling figure retail site for less than what you're going to pay on eBay, it doesn't make any sense.
Now, the variant for Yokozuna, as I mentioned, was on Ringside for $24.99. Last sold on eBay for $35.99. Sorry, I didn't take down the date on that one, but last sold was $35.99 on eBay.
And you're right about Yoko figures. Mattel just absolutely nails them. For me, that Ultimate that came out, that Target one, you can't top it.
Right.
That is just
chef's kiss.
It's the benchmark Yoko figure at this point.
Yep.
And that's saying a lot because Mattel has done some absolutely incredible Yoko figures, from that SummerSlam Elite line that hit Walmart to these from the vaults. They're absolutely incredible. But to me, it's definitely that Ultimate. That's the best one, my opinion.
The Straight Edge Society CM Punk is still available on Ringside. It is for $54.99. That comes with the mask, the slang, the towel.
Slang.
Last sold eBay listing was March 21st for $67.99.
I don't even need to say anything anymore.
Gift cards, dude.
Gift cards.
Allegedly, maybe they have a gift card.
Possibly they have a gift card.
Could have a gift card. I'm going to go with that reason. Hollywood Hogan is still available on Ringside Collectibles for $17.99. This is WrestleMania 18 look Hogan with bandana, boas, weight belt. Last sold eBay listing March 13th, which is Will Clark's birthday, Scott.
Good knowledge.
For $19.68. So this is just a couple dollars more than what's on Ringside.
Yep, not too bad.
And Shawn Michaels from WrestleMania 25 is still available on Ringside Collectibles for $19.99. This is Shawn's WrestleMania 25 match against Undertaker with a Heaven and Hell match. Top hat, long robe, entrance vest. Last sold eBay listing March 25th for $29.99. And that rounds out From the Vault Series 3.
And speaking of Ringside, Jeff, they are running a WrestleMania sale right now. So if you're in need of some figures, go check it out because you get free shipping over $60.
Also, I want to promote a few of our podcasting buddies. I also want to promote Trivia with Buds. Wearing Buds, he's going to be in Vegas. Can't wait to see him.
Looking forward to seeing you, Ryan.
Yep. Let's do Chick Foley Show with Seshina and Marco as well. And let's talk about Brian, the Legendary Wrestling Figure podcast with Brian. He's started season 3 on his LJN. So we got to start brushing up on the 18 figures we got to grade, Scott.
That's an awful lot, man. But Brian, thank you so much for the giveaway. I'm not going to say what it is. You guys just have to show up and check it out.
That's okay. He just posted it to Twitter, so you're all good.
Okay, so that Paul Orndorff is pretty badass.
It is. It's pretty sexy, man.
Yeah, the paint up application that he puts on it's so good. It just pops it. I love his work. It's incredible and a hell of a podcast as well. Congrats on season 3, Brian.
Yeah, I cannot wait to give this away at the Figlife meetup. And that rounds out the show. It's Friday night, dude. It's weird podcasting on a Friday night.
Yes, a little bit different. Every once in a while, we have to juggle the schedule around. Stuff comes up, as this was the case this week for me. But it worked out because had we talked last night, we wouldn't have known all the stuff about the zombie line yet. Mm-hmm. We wouldn't have had the price information because we started recording before that, or we would have started recording before that news broke. So stay in the extra day. We had all the pricing information on it. But yeah, it worked out this week. And over the next month, we might have to juggle 1 or 2 more times. But again, it's just in the quest to keep the streak alive and keep bringing the show to you guys.
I might have to talk to you about next week too, by the way.
Yeah, April's going to be crazy.
What are you doing Wednesday?
I don't do anything on Wednesday.
All right, perfect. Can we podcast Wednesday?
Yes, we can.
All right.
All right. And there it is. Juggling the schedule live on the show.
And it begins.
Yeah, April's going to be nuts, dude. We also need to figure out recording for WrestleMania week, which I'm figuring you and I are both getting there on Wednesday. So we're going to have to record Tuesday night.
Yep. Have to record. Yep.
We're not going to record in Vegas. That's not happening.
No.
Yeah, we're not doing drunk wrestling history, so...
Wait, are you guys Oh, wait, no, your podcasting buddy isn't going, huh?
Yeah, I'm saying I'm not doing drunk wrestling history while I'm there, so no recording in Vegas.
I wonder if he's going to have regret.
Well, we're driving. I extended the invitation. I was like, if you guys want to go, you should jump in the car with us and go.
Yeah, it's going to be expensive.
The rooms are cheap.
New Orleans will be next after this, though.
Yes, and Jeff just kind of like totally taking it off wrestling topic right now. Kiss, when they announced their farewell tour last year or 2 years ago, they said that they were never going to tour in makeup again. And damn it, they kept their word. Because they just announced a show in Las Vegas in November, not wearing makeup.
Those sons of bitches, dude. Gene loves money, dude.
Gene loves money.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, so packages started $1,000 per person, which includes a 3-night stay at the Virgin Hotel. It includes a ticket to the show. It includes a ticket to all the other stuff they've got going on at the hotel. It includes a signed Kiss poster and some other miscellaneous lanyards and merch. Starts at $1,000 a person.
God damn it, dude.
And it's pre-sales happening right now. So I would like to ask for all the listeners' thoughts and prayers for my wallet that is quivering in fear as I look at it, because we have Mania in Vegas, Wrestlecon in Vegas, WWE World in Vegas, WWE merch store in Vegas. We have Nationals in Vegas in July, and possibly Kiss in Vegas in November. NOLA right around the corner from that.
Oh boy.
It's yeah, the wallet's shaking, dude.
It's quivering.
Beating it like it owes me money, because it does, because I got shit to do.
But this also rounds out the show. Scott, for episode 479, anything else?
Stay safe, stay healthy. Figlife since 2016, and happy toy hunting.
I want to thank everybody for listening to episode 479, #Figlife. Join us at the Red Dwarf April 18th at 3:30 p.m., 1305 Vegas Valley, Las Vegas, Nevada. #Figlife. Adios.
Yeah. Fullyposeable. Let's go. Jeff and Scott, the Toon Brothers, busting out the ring, but we don't take it out the box. MOC. Happy toy hunting. We'll see you next week with the OGs of WFP. Fullyposeable, thank you all for listening. It ain't no storyline, real life siblings. So everybody go and do your toy spotting. #Figlife, adios from the Kings.